welcome back to my channel, and if you're brand new here, you guessed it, we are having another hairdryer battle. Today, we will be comparing the cheapest hairdryer that I can find and buy to the most expensive one that I can find and buy. Maybe there are more expensive hairdryers out there, maybe there are cheaper hairdryers out there, but these are the ones I got my hand on, and we're gonna see how big the difference is between the two, just for fun. Why? Because I enjoy playing around with all things wavy curly hair, and if you have wavy curly hair, you know the torture that is diffusing. It takes so long, and anything we can do to make that process more enjoyable, shorter, faster, we're gonna do it. And today we will be figuring out if the most expensive Dyson salon version hairdryer will beat out the cheapest hairdryer I could find from Walmart. So for both of these wash days, we kept the variables as similar as I possibly could. I used the exact same products on wash day. I used the Briogeo lineup that I used in my last video. This is what my hair looked like with my regular diffusing routine, using the hairdryer that I am enjoying at the moment. Honestly, I'm pretty fickle, and the hairdryer that I enjoy at the moment does change. So I won't be talking about that hairdryer because that is not what this video is about. It's about these two hairdryers that I've now put on the floor so that I can talk with my hands. I have gotten comments from people who get frustrated that I talk with my hands so much, but I am one of those people that if you tie my hands behind my back, my brain quits working. Am I the only one? Comment down below if you're like me so that I know I'm not alone. Thank you for the reassurance. Anyway, I did use the exact same products for both wash days. I plopped my hair the same for both wash days, scrunched out the excess water with a perfect hair care towel, scrunching towel. And for the Dyson wash day, I'm wearing a gray shirt, and for the Conair wash day, I'm wearing this purple shirt. Also, I get questions about my shirts, and if you want to know more about my shirts, I link them in the description in case you're curious. Not only did I use the same products and same drying, plopping techniques, I also used the same diffuser. I know that the Dyson comes with a diffuser, but it is not my favorite diffuser ever. So when I use the Dyson, I do usually reach for this one. Again, links in description. And in order to use it with my Dyson, I have an adapter called the Snozzle Pro. I really like this company. It's a small women-owned business. The owner is very sweet and very nice. These are awesome. It works for adapting multiple different diffusers to multiple different hairdryers. Anyway, I use it for my Dyson, and we're keeping variables the same. We are just testing the dryers, not the diffusers. The other reason that I'm using this diffuser setup is because the Conair did not come with a diffuser. I thought it would. Most hairdryers that you can purchase come with some sort of diffuser in the box, but this one did not. So we improvised and we used this one. It keeps more variables the same. That's a good thing, right? Now, when I was using the Dyson, I started the clock so that we could see just how long the diffusing took. And because of the diffuser, I started off with more pixie diffusing than hover diffusing, which is backwards from what I normally do. Normally I hover diffuse, then pixie diffuse, whatever. I switched things up a little bit, did a lot of pixie diffusing, and this is how long it took to dry my hair with the Dyson. I did get my hair to roughly 90% dry, which is what I normally do when I'm diffusing, and I found that I never had to hit the cold shot button. I used high speed and low heat, like one red dot on the Dyson, to diffuse my hair, and I found that weird because most of the time I find that even the low heat setting on the Dyson is too hot, like it feels too hot, but I think the diffuser being kind of like a further distance and slightly bigger, the air cooled off by the time it was like touching me. So I found that I was very comfortable while diffusing and got done in 10 minutes, which I'm very happy about. Then I wandered around my life, my house, doing chores, and when my hair was 100% dry, I scrunched it out, and these are the results of what my hair looked like from the Dyson Wash Day. All right, now for the Conair Wash Day. I busted this bad boy out of the box. This is kind of a first impression of the Conair dryer. First impressions are that it is pretty lightweight, feels lightweight in my hand. There are 3 settings: off, high, and low. No heat adjustments whatsoever that I could see, no cold shot button. Like, this is as basic as a hairdryer can possibly get. Got the diffuser on. Oh, I also want to note that the cord is really short. Like, I'm a small human, and for it to span my wingspan, that's a short cord. The Dyson, you get a really long cord and it's kind of heavy. So that's a catch-22. Do you need a really long cord, or do you want uber lightweight? Because like, shorter cord makes the whole thing feel lighter weight. Anyway, started the diffusing process, started the clock, started diffusing the same way. However, just in the short period of time that I was holding it in place in one spot, it got pretty hot. So I definitely alternated more between pixie diffusing and hover diffusing because it was just so hot. I felt like the low airspeed got even hotter, so I used high speed, which it felt less hot, and I didn't notice it really blowing my curls around and disrupting the curl clumps, so I wasn't worried about that or upset about that, so that's why I used high speed on the Conair. Every curly girl out there will tell you to diffuse on low speed, and if you diffuse on high speed, you're going to ruin it. I disagree. So I used high speed and did a lot of hover diffusing. This is how long it took. And you can see that the times are very, very, very similar. 2 minutes difference. Yes, it did take a smidgen longer, but I felt like my hair was like 95 to 98% dry when I finished diffusing. Like, it was real close to being 100% dry when I finished at 12 minutes. So maybe if I had stopped at 10 minutes, I would have been at 90% dry. I just got to diffusing and listening to my podcast and didn't stop the timer. Anyway, so in my book, they're essentially the same dry times. The heat was quite different, so that could be a contributing factor. I couldn't control the heat on the Conair. I could control it on the Dyson. All right, so once my hair was 100% dry, because like, it wasn't quite dry, I let it sit in the cast for a minute after diffusing my hair with the Conair dryer. I scrunched out the crunch. It took me a minute because I had a killer cast. These Briogeo products are so much fun because I'm getting a really good cast. And once I had fully scrunched out the crunch, fluffed my hair, fluffed the roots into place, this is what the final results using the Conair hairdryer looked like. Honestly, both wash days feel the same. Like, my hair doesn't feel super dry and brittle and dried out after using the Conair one time, so that's good. The idea is that the benefits of the Dyson are gonna compound over time. You know, you have the ionized airflow, you have the more control with the heat settings, you have more controlled airspeed, a higher quality motor. Theoretically, the Dyson product is going to last you longer than the Conair. But honestly, looking at the results side by side after one wash day, this feels like an experiment that doesn't make a whole lot of sense because both were the exact same. Like, one, the Dyson is worth this much and the Conair cost me this much. And my hair looked the same and it feels the same. The true test would be if I used both hair dryers exclusively over an extended period of time, and assuming that all the other variables stayed exactly the same, like my diet and my exercise routine and like the quality of my hair stayed the same, it was just the only thing that changed was the hairdryer, then we'd be able to tell. But this is a very long-term experiment that I'm not sure I'll be able to control the variables well enough in order to do the experiment accurately. So the most accurate experiment I can do is this one, where I do it once. I'm sorry, that may not be terribly useful. The last thing we're gonna do is we're going to, for funsies, measure the sound level on both hair dryers and the heat that both hair dryers have. So, give me a moment. The cord is so short on the Conair that I can't plug it into the wall and pull it back. I'm gonna have to get an extension cord for the Conair. One moment. Unpack with an extension cord. It will reach now. Okay. We have high, off, low. Here's my decibel meter. Oh, that's a glare. One moment, let me get rid of the glare. There we go. That's how loud the bass line is in my room. Honestly, this thing is pretty quiet, which is nice. Here's low. All right, now for the Dyson. And there you go, that's what both sound like. The Conair is very soft sounding in the room. It's very quiet, but it's not very powerful. You saw, it kind of blew my hair around a little bit, but like the Dyson was like a hurricane. Now let's take a look at the heat. I have a meat thermometer for this part. All right, the highest temperature that I saw the thermometer get up to was 172. Now I'm gonna wait for it to cool down a bit. Oh my goodness, it feels so hot. Now, since there was only one heat setting on the Conair, that's all I can test, but we'll take a look at the different heat settings for Dyson. But I am going to first show the one that I use to diffuse my hair today, which is one red dot. That was 140. $177. Well, my battery died, so I switched my battery, but the hottest it got was 177, even on the highest temperature. I couldn't get the Dyson to register any higher on my at-home meat thermometer, which we know is like super accurate. I think wind speed probably has a factor there because I was measuring it on the highest wind speed, If the air's moving a little bit slower, maybe it would register a little bit hotter, but there you go. We've measured the volume. We've measured the temperature. I do not have a device in my home to measure airspeed. Maybe my phone, maybe there's an app for that, but I haven't found one. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this video. I sure hope it was helpful to you. Intriguing, if you will. Somebody comparing the most expensive hairdryer on the market to the cheapest one. So here are the takeaways from this video. I can't tell just a terrible, huge difference between these two. At home, in practice, they feel very, very similar. In theory, now I haven't tested this, but in theory, I'm gonna get a lot more longevity out of my Dyson hairdryer, especially if I were someone like a hair care professional using this product for 8 hours, 9 hours, 10 hours a day. I see you guys, I see you hairstylists, y'all work hard. Using the product all day, every day, I think that is when those small incremental advantages in the Dyson would come in handy. But as someone here at home, if I am just starting this process of embracing my waves and curls, and I have not invested in a hairdryer yet because I'm waiting and saving up to buy a Dyson or to buy another high-end model hairdryer, and all I'm doing is air drying my hair, for me personally, if I had done that, I would have gotten so frustrated with my wavy curly wash days, because when I air dry, my hair looks like not cute at all. So having a hairdryer, especially one that's as affordable and effective as the Conair, would be a great introductory product. Again, you would have to pick up a diffuser combo, which this one ironically doubles the cost of this venture, because I think it's like $18 last time I checked on Amazon, plus you get the adapter. So this setup may be more expensive than the actual hairdryer, which now feels terribly ironic to me. Anyway, this theoretically would advance with you if you upgraded your hairdryer, like this would follow it. So it's like a one-time purchase. Anyway, having the Conair, it being affordable, is a great option. Well, now I'm feeling really self-conscious because I didn't put 2 and 2 together that that diffuser was gonna be more than the cheapest hairdryer. So if that ruined this wavy curly experiment for you, comment down below and just go ahead and tell me. And I could redo this with different diffusers. Also leave suggestions of how you would do it, because now I feel like I've screwed up this whole experiment, but hopefully it was still helpful to you. Get the hairdryer. The $20 hairdryer will serve you so well. It gives you better wash days if you're just starting out, embracing your waves and curls. I've tested this Dyson against a plethora of different hairdryers on this channel at this point, and I wouldn't say that it has won handily, like decisively, ever. Which is so bad, because it's supposed to shorten dry time and make your life a magical world full of like wonderful wash days and like make your life so easy, but it's so expensive. And I haven't seen in practice in my house where it's been like, oh wow, yeah, the Dyson really beat it out. Like, I would say the Dyson beat out the Conair today, but like only by a tiny bit. Like, it needs to beat it a lot more. All right, guys, that is it for this video. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. Again, I'm doing my best. I hope it had some helpful, valuable information for you. Please hit that thumbs up if it did, and I will see you in the next one. Bye. I have one hair tickling my eye. Oh, that hurts. It doesn't hurt, it's just tickling. I'm going to go drink some, I don't know what I'm gonna go do. I cannot get this back on. Which, this one, oh, where'd it go? this was a rough one. All right, thanks. Bye.